Hello, bruv. We're back with more books. I was going to do one large haul since half of the books that are in this these piles were from the salvaging or the rummaging at a thrift store that included these, but I'm going to separate them. First book is Indigo, Christine Weston, just a knockoff novel about India. Christine Weston comes into her own as a first-rank American novelist. Mrs. Weston, who now lives in Wayne, was born in India and writes from first-hand knowledge. I bought this book for a purpose, and I'm not going to disclose it here because I'm going to have a nice little video about it. This was written in 1942 or 43. I will do a little short on this book. It will be very interesting. I'll show you. Slap it over there. Lilies, White and Red by Frances Wilson Huard. Huard. Oh, look at this. Oh, I thought that was a drawing. Is it a drawing? Can't be. No. I mean, it could be, but it's doubtful. Susan Hughes, 1982. Lilies, White and Red by Frances Wilson Huard. New York, George Doran Company. 1919. Mademoiselle Prune, the Cockerel. I don't know what this is all about, but I'm bound to find out. I assume it's a novel, but I don't know. Smolder's logs slipped and fell. Bought it mainly just because it's old and it was only $2. I had the paste on there. I guess that is the same thing that's on the inside, isn't it? Yes. Oh, it still looks like a drawing. No, it's not. All right. Off that goes. The Power of Three. Warriors, Outcasts, Cat books. Includes a sneak peek. My kid used to read these books and probably has sold the 20 or 30 books I bought to some secondhand bookstore and got something else out of the deal, but that's fine by me. As long as my child reads. And plus, I've collected my own set of these since most children in their early 20s, while in their 20s, revert back to their childhood and try to recover the things they have. So I have a whole several volumes of all the series. And this one's apparently signed by the author, Aaron Hunter. So one day when my child is desiring to go back to 7-year-old cat child, this will be waiting. 2022 Witch's Companion. I could have swore I had this book, but it doesn't show up on my Libib. So I got it. It was only 50 cents, even though there's much marginality in writing, underlining all that shit. Speak little, listen much, learning from others at every stage of practice. Obviously, these are updates to the Wicca and witchcraft genre. Includes a 16-month calendar and lunar information for spell work and rituals. Oh, yeah, it does. All right, cool. Provocations, spiritual writings of Kierkegaard. I'm a fan of one of Kierkegaard's books. What is it? I can't remember the title. I should say it in there. To Will One Thing. What's it called? The 11th Hour. Oh, what the hell's the title called? To Will One Thing is not it. Why can I not think of this title? Purity of Heart is to Will One Thing. Book I read when I was in my formative years and early 20s. I read it in a tent at a place called Green Lake while writing sonnets with my fucking portable typewriter. Good times. Poems and Plays by Wendell Agnew. It's mostly plays, but I like the do-it-yourself appeal to this one, 94, and I like the blurb on the back. I don't know if Wendell couldn't find anybody else to write the blurb, but I don't know what the hell it says, J. Peroni, said of the poetry, I enjoyed some, not all of it, I enjoyed some, The River, Jane to December, Vietnam, some real lyricism here. Good writing and good luck with the book. Looks like a strong collection. I mean, that's not a great endorsement of your book. So with that, I had to get it. Wendell Agnew has written 5 plays and words and music to a musical comedy, along with stories and poems. He taught Russian and English literature. So I'm not expecting much from the book, but that non-endorsement really gave me some hope for the book. Foxglove. I bought this one only for the Mylar jacket. I will remove it and put it on a book that needs some extra care. I don't like that it's got this sticker on the back, but so be it. The Glass Blowers by Daphne du Maurier. Probably have this one already, but now I have another copy if I do have it. It'd be nice to have the one with the dust jacket, but I didn't find one with the jacket, obviously. Let's see what year this is, probably 60s. It's my guess, 1960s. No, it's not going to tell us. To me, it looks like the 60s, possibly 70s. Lane Flat, Valid Thoughts, Lawrence John Gerald Lawrence. Destination, what the hell that's about. But now I have another copy if I don't have it. The Hourglass, What Time Does to Us. I didn't look this book up. I probably should have, but it looked too interesting to leave it behind. Women have experienced the sudden appearance of menstruation brought about by mental emotion, the dictators of our own bodies. First edition, 1930, by Ada Alberti. What Time Does to Us, The Truth About the Baby. She was the author of The Truth About the Baby. Alberti's Food. Maybe she was a dealer in food too. Before weighed 120 pounds. There she is, Mrs. Alberti. How I happened to originate the Alberti Foods. Maybe it's a food brand. I wonder if it's a baby food brand. I don't know. Like I said, I probably should have looked it up. There's the truth about the baby. Is that the whole book? Crazy. I should have looked it up before I bought it, but like I said, it was too interesting. Little babies. Alberti's Foods for Infants raises the government standard. Never know, a book could be worth some money. I don't really care if it was. I like the fact that it seems like a independent press sort of thing. Unlike this book, Frank Herbert, Dune Messiah, which appears to be a genius, wrote $1 in there. It's Putnam, 1969, appears to be a first edition. I plan on flipping this like I have every other Frank Herbert vintage book I've ever purchased because they're usually worth money. Dune Messiah, going to the eBay. Brosiah. By Jove, Brush Up Your Mythology. By Michael Macrone, author of Brush Up Your Shakespeare, and it's Greek to me. Pages are yellowed, but don't care. Interesting little book. Bart D. Ehrman, Heaven and Hell, A History of the Afterlife. New York Times bestselling historian of early Christianity takes on two of the most gripping questions of human existence. Where did the ideas of heaven and hell come from? Why do they endure? What happened when we die? What happens when we die? Most Americans believe a literal heaven and hell to be the age-old teachings of the Bible. But eternal rewards and punishments are found nowhere in the Old Testament, and they are not what Jesus and his earliest disciples taught. So where did these ideas come from? Since I have a book on angels, or I have a section on angels and devils, Beelzebub himself, I added that to it. Bought this for my child, but said child didn't seem very enthused by this since said child is a very good artist and knows how to draw already, so I got a non-response when I sent the picture of it, so I don't know if child wants it or not. So it goes into the pile over there with the other Pokemon books that are right in the corner. And I think that's all for this round. Back with the next round soon, bruv. Goodbye.